Hey guys, it's Sean, and I've been reviewing a number of different microphones. And one of the things I like in products that I review is something that's innovative, something that not everybody else is doing. And whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, you can decide. That's one of the things I like to do is when it's subjective, I want my audience to be able to decide for themselves what makes the most sense. But this product right here, this is a UHF microphone with multiple channels, which is important because if you have a single channel microphone and you want to use multiple microphones, you're subject to the interference that's around. And what that means is that essentially if there's another microphone or some other kind of communication device on that frequency, if you don't have the ability to adjust to a different one, you're stuck with that interference. So enter this particular product right here. It's the AMK dual UHF wireless microphone system. What I thought was cool, and you can see in the playlist that I have, I'll post it down below, or you can see it in the card that'll come up in a minute or so. Most of the other ones that I've looked at have been either single channel. I did have one that had multiple channel, which was cool, but they all had this base unit, which, is standard. But this one has, instead of a base unit, it has this simple little guy right here that plugs into your jack, and that's how it works. So what we're going to do is we're going to unbox this guy, take a look at what's inside, and then we're going to do a full test of it and let you know how it sounds and what we think. If you're new to this channel, I do a lot of do-it-yourself projects around the house, as well as electronics products review. So we're going to go ahead and open this. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do so, and let's get into it. All right, the shrink wrap is off, and when it comes to specs, I don't like to just read them to you. I'll just go over here and show you the specs. If you're interested in reading more about it, just go ahead and pause the video, and you can see them there. Nothing on this side of the box. Over on this side of the box, tells you it's a 6-month limited warranty. Not that long, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and open this guy up. Inside the box, you have a little foam thing to cover it over. You have your instruction booklet. Comes with batteries, which is pretty cool. You also have a micro USB charging cable. And here's the main unit, which is kind of cool that it folds over here. I think that's really interesting. And then here's the microphone itself. 2 batteries go right in here. So the microphone itself has a metal feel to it, and there's nothing special about it. It's nice, light metal, but that's what that is. Over here you have your 2 batteries in the back, and there you have your set button, which will allow you to change the channels. It'll tell you what the channel frequency is, and then here's your power button to turn it on and off. Also, you have a battery power indicator, which is nice, and so you can set these channels all the way up to 20 channels. The inside portion of this, the battery pack part, this part right here is all plastic, but the outside is metal, and it looks like the bottom part, it might be plastic, but this definitely has a metal feel to it, whether it's metal or not. Put this together then. Then on the receiver side here, you have a little power button, power switch on and off. And then you have your USB charging port right there. So this is USB powered. And then over here you have your set and your volume up and down. And so this allows you to increase your volume on the receiver side and then set that volume. Now, just like I have with some of the other microphones that I've reviewed, I've plugged this into my little Marshall amp here. And you can tell here that it actually works very well. I flipped through a bunch of the channels, so I already know that's very well, works very well also. I would say that this guy right here is doesn't feel like it would be that durable. It's definitely cheap plastic, so you'd want to protect this and make sure you're very careful with it. It is nice that it can fold out of the way there, but I could see easily where that thing could easily break. So I don't think the quality of that item is very good. It would be better if it was in a metal or something a little bit more durable. I can imagine also where this thing could break off as well. So you'd want to be careful with this, because if somebody bumped into this and hit it, I can imagine where this thing would break. So I think the last thing to really test here would be a distance test. Okay, the first test what I'll do is just kind of move away from the amplifier and move to the other side of the room so you can get a sense that this thing still works. from another portion of a room, and I still hear it. You may not be able to hear it as well, just because I have the lavalier mic on as well. But here I am on the other side of a room, probably about 25, 30 feet, and I still hear it perfectly fine. I'll set my phone up in front of the microphone here so that you'll be able to hear it. And then what I'm going to do is I'll go out my back door here and I will walk down that path. Okay, you can see the lavalier microphone right here on the floor in front of the amplifier. And now here we go. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to edit this audio at all. I'll probably do some overlay so it's not boring looking at this microphone. But I'm about to go outside and then I'm going to run down that path. And when I get there, I'll just turn around and come back. So I've opened my back door now. I'm heading down my backyard right now. I'm at the bottom of my backyard and I'm running, so that's why it kind of sounds odd, but I'm walking down a little bit further. My Bluetooth actually just disconnected from my phone. And I've walked down another house, and then I'm going to walk down to the middle of the house after that, so you get a sense here. Well, let me just go with probably about 80 to 100 feet. So if this all came in, then you'll know that it can do that kind of distance. So. And now my final test on this was to be sure that you could actually charge this thing up while actually still using it, because I think if you weren't able to do that, that could definitely be a deal breaker for some. Okay, so in summary, I would say that the thing worked pretty well. I thought I might have heard a little choppiness as I did my distance test. As you can see, here's the distance that I went when walking out beyond my backyard. I went 3 houses, basically 3 houses distance. So might have cut out a little bit. I'm not 100% sure. I'll let you be the judge of that. It might have just been the way I was speaking. This thing did charge and work at the same time while it's charging. I almost would think it would be cool, and I don't know if it's possible, if this could actually power the unit, but it may just need that extra power, and that might not be something that's physically possible. This thing definitely is cheap plastic, and you'd want to make sure you protect this, because I could see where this could either break off or, in other ways get damaged. So I wish they did a little bit of better job on this particular receiver unit, because it's definitely on the very cheap side, like toy plastic type cheap. But the microphone itself was nice. I tested out all the channels. They all worked. So that was good as well. Is this something you'd consider if you needed a handheld mic? Would you go with something like this on a budget option? Or why would you decide that you wouldn't want something like this? Let me know in the comments below. I'd definitely love to hear. And, let me know what you thought of the review. And definitely subscribe if you want to see future content. I would love to have you as a subscriber. Thank you for checking this out, and we'll see you in the next video.